So I have decided to go back and frog most of this knit, and it's really cute, but you can see that there's a little lump here. It's because I realized it was like too big by the time I was here. So I just made decreases, but I need to go back and immediately do it as soon as I get off of the sleeves. I'm not gonna go back before the sleeves because that sounds overly complicated. So what I'm doing is I'm lifelining with a knitting needle. That's too small for these stitches, but it's okay. I'm just gonna knit it onto a different needle. And then I'm going to undo all the tubular binding, which, if you know, is going to take a while because it's a sewn binding and you sew through each stitch twice in different directions. So that's going to take forever to undo. And then I'm going to frog all the way down to this area here and then re-knit, doing decreases. But while I do this, I'm going to talk about a couple things that I've been doing while I'm knitting. So I've been really sick. I got RSV this year, which led to some other complications. So I've been in the house and I've started to develop agoraphobia, I think. So I've been at home most of the time. I've been watching movies and knitting, watching movies and TV and YouTube and knitting, and that's been great, but also not great, but kind of great. But I thought I'd talk about some of the things that I've been liking. Okay, because I have great taste. So let's start with TV shows. Okay, now I didn't say that any of these were original. I didn't say that they were niche, which some of them might be, but some of them definitely are not. So the first one I have written down is High Potential, which is an ABC show starring, what's her name? Caitlin Olsen? No, Caitlin something. What is her last name? Oh my God. The girl in It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia. It is a procedural show, like a crime show, and she's like a savant genius where she like knows random facts and it helps her solve each. It's kind of like how in Slumdog Millionaire, it's like when he's on Millionaire, everything is like related to something he knows or something he's experienced. It's kind of like that. It's based on a French show of this like same name, I think, maybe. Well, obviously the French name. And it's great. And I fall asleep a lot while I'm watching it, but it entertains me and it's fun to watch. It's like watching Monk, but new. And if you know me, you know I love Monk. Duh. The next one is Hacks. Again, not niche, but Hacks is a perfect show. And it breaks my heart that this is the last season. It actually is like deeply disturbing to me that this is the last season. So at least I'm not a non-rewatcher. I'm a rewatcher through and through. So I finished 7 seasons, or I finished 7 episodes of the new season. I had been putting it off because I did not want to finish it too soon. As soon as I finished all the 7 episodes that were out, I just started it over. So it's about, if you don't know, it is about a Gen Z zillennial writer, comedy writer named Ava, who ends up working for an older, I don't know what her age is supposed to be, I guess boomer aged stand-up comedian. And they go back and forth like with their relationship. And it's always really fraught. It starts like a rivalry and then they become close and then they betray each other a bunch of different times. And it's great. Not to spoil it. Aside from Hacks. Yeah, another one I really like. Okay. Have you heard of Stumble? I feel like I'm the only person watching Stumble. Oh, I'm not really on social media, so I don't really know what shows people are talking about. So yeah, but I've been watching Stumble and I love it. It's so good. It's about this cheer coach, loses her cheer team because she kind of gets fired. And she has to go recruit a bunch of she like has this like big goal to like win her 15th championship. It's like a record-breaking championship if she gets 15 or something. And it's just really funny. It's very character driven. And, you know, I love that in a TV show. She's really funny. It's like set in Texas or Oklahoma. I think it's partially in Texas and partially in Oklahoma. It's like set in a fictional town called, well, she doesn't know how to pronounce it. It's like a running bit throughout the whole show. She can't pronounce the town that she's got her new school in. It's like a junior college or a community college. It's really funny. It makes me like lol. It makes me LOL. And I really love it. And I want more people to be watching it so that I can hear more people praising it. And that's really what I like. It's hearing praise for things that I like. I've like rewatched that show a couple times now already. It's one season. All the episodes are out. It is on Peacock, which I know is probably why people aren't watching it. That's a 5 out of 5. Hacks, also a 5 out of 5. High Potential, a 3 out of 5. I like it for sleeping. It's like nice, comfy sleep show. But it's not like I'm not obsessed. I started Beef. And now I no longer have Netflix because they raised the price again. And I was like, click, cancel. I can't believe you're asking for more money. And I have the ad-supported version. It makes me freaking sick to my stomach. It makes me sick to my stomach. Because why am I watching advertisements and I'm still having to pay? And now I'm having to pay more, $1 more. Oh, it makes no sense. It makes me sick. So I started watching Beef. Let's say I give it a 3 out of 5. It's the new season. The first season was like very compelling. The second season, you know, it's hot. It's hot. Everybody's hot. Just like the first season. But you know, it's not the same. It's not the same. I don't know if I'll go back. I mean, obviously I really can't now because I canceled my Netflix subscription. So I'm kind of like, will I ever find out what happens to them? I don't know. Probably not. So I don't know if you know how to lifeline, but it's tricky when you do. This is a 2x1 rib. So you have to take up a leg of the, if you could see, you have to take up a leg of the rib, the knit part, and then I have 2 knits and 1 purl. It's so hard to get the purl to pick up the leg. You also have to, I mean, you don't have to because you can fix it in post, but you're meant to stay obviously within 1 row of stitches so that when you finally pull your needle or your thread or whatever it is that you're pulling through, your lifeline through, that it's all on 1 row. It's just tricky. It's very tedious work. Someone's trying to bury their shit, but they just go like this outside of the box. That's my brilliant little kittens. You hear her? She's got it. She's got it down. Good job, Joan. You did it. It is hard to keep track of which row I'm in, but fortunately this yarn is self-striping, so if you kind of are within the color, then you're probably within the right row. Kind of struggling. I just hate doing this, but I have to. I'll never wear this if I don't make decreases in the right spot. I hate those lumps. I tried it on. Maybe I took a picture of trying it on. None of the pictures I take are appropriate because I'm never wearing pants. So maybe I'll put a picture here of how it looks. But there's like I mean, I showed you. I made decreases, like it ended up being like right below my bust. Now it would be like a different story if like I had huge yitties, but I do not. This is the size we're working with. So I don't need all of that space here. I need to just, plus it's a rib, so it's supposed to have a lot of negative ease anyways. I think to be honest, the pattern I was following was not very good. I probably wouldn't buy from them again. It was Friday Knits. I know they're a pretty popular brand or a pretty popular designer, but I found some issues with the pattern itself. Like the pictures that they used, the sample pictures that they used were disclosed on the pattern itself. They were like, they have the pictures and it says this sample was produced before the pattern was finished, before the pattern and the pattern grading was finished. So it was like it was basically their prototype that they took sample pictures of twice. So 2 samples they included pictures of, and neither of them were of the final pattern. So I just like find issue with that. Like on Ravelry, the 4 or 5 pictures that they include on Ravelry are those samples that are not actually representative of the actual pattern. I find it really, Arizona, please. It's just a little bit frustrating because I don't know why you would do that when you have like a bunch of people who have pattern tested, because again, it's like a pretty popular knit designer. it's not like they have any shortage of people making their knits. And I love their designs. Like, as a rule, I think their designs are very cool, very simple, like including this one. Like, I think this is very cool and very simple, which is unfortunately my preference. I'm not like a cool, creative, fun knitter. I am into the simple knits. This is essentially a raglan. It's just like a wide neck raglan. Everyone's being so weird about the litter box right now. Who else has cats who can't bear their own turds? Just me? No? I did leave a comment on their Ravelry page. I didn't even include samples that are actually like following the pattern. I just think their grading might be a little bit wrong. Like, the proportions didn't seem quite right to me, especially if you were trying to replicate what they provided as a sample, which was the thing that was like the most appealing. Okay, another Peacock show that I've been liking. Excuse me, I got the hiccups. Another Peacock show I've been liking is St. Dennis. I like St. Dennis. It's a medical TV. It's a medical show, but it's a workplace comedy. So it's giving like, actually same with Stumble. So it's giving like The Office, because it's kind of mockumentary style. And I really enjoy it. And there's some really funny characters in it. And there's this one episode with a bunch of Filipino nurses. That's my favorite episode. It's in season 1, but there's 2 seasons. There's a guy in it who was in Jury Duty, if you ever watched that. He's the guy who played the like prude Mormon kid in Jury Duty. He's really entertaining to watch. And the lady who plays the like Michael Scott character is also really funny. And she doesn't do like a facsimile of Michael Scott or anything. She's just the boss, and like, she is strange. 5 out of 5. I definitely would watch again. And in fact, I have. I like rewatching stuff. I like rewatching shows. I've been watching Top Chef as well, which is also on Peacock. You know, Peacock really does kind of hold it down for me. It's not very expensive, and it's got a lot of content on there, and they do a lot of movies. Like, they have a lot of like older movies, and they have a lot of newer movies. It's great. I've been going back and watching like recent older series of Top Chef, and the only thing about that show is watching it makes me feel hungry and makes me want to make food. And I don't always have food because, like I said, I haven't been grocery shopping in a long time. So I kind of have to get really creative with what I have in the pantry. Dry beans, rice and beans. Try to make it fancy. Try to make it Top Chef style. But that's a pretty great show if you just want to like zone out and do what I'm doing now. And then some movies that I've been watching. I know it seems like I consume a lot, but that's only because I consume a lot of media. I watched a movie called Pretty Lethal, which is fabulous. It's like a slasher kind of, but it's like ballerina slasher. And I don't know that I would call it a slasher because like I feel like in slashers, the rule is that the good people die, but that doesn't really happen. I mean, it does happen, kind of, but it doesn't like consistently happen. It's not like one being picked off after another, like in a traditional slasher. It's just like pretty violent. So that's why I call it a slasher. It is like 5 or 6 lead girls. It's Stephanie Hsu. I don't know that I'm pronouncing her name right, but she's the girl in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Great movie, obviously. She's in it, and she plays like the bitch girl, like the rude rich girl in the dance company. Then Avantika's in there, and she does kind of play a ditz, and I know I've only really seen her in that kind of role. And then the main lead is the girl who's in all those Sia music videos, Maddie something or other. Fabulous. She's great, and you get to see her doing dances. It's very campy, and she's always like, I'm a ballerina. I'm gonna beat you up. Maud Apatow is in it, as well as the deaf actor from, what is that movie called? A Quiet Place. That's a really fun watch. Very entertaining, super funny. And so short, 90, a tight 90. It might have been 92 minutes. Maybe it was not 89. It was somewhere so close to 90. If you know me, if you know anything about me, 90 minutes is just, please stop going over 90 minutes for movies. It doesn't need to be like this. It doesn't need to be that long. It is so tiresome to sit through 2-hour movies. And speaking of, I watched something called Crime 101. This was also on Amazon Prime, which is where I found Pretty Lethal. It has Chris Hemsworth, which, I mean, you know, he's attractive. I give it a 1 out of 5. I will never watch that again. I shouldn't have watched it in the first place. I kind of started watching a bunch of boy movies. There were so many available. And I'm feeling that newer girl movies are not always as, like, appealing to me lately because they don't feel authentico. Like, I want a girl movie that feels like this really is for girls. I am getting close to being all the way around. I'm more than halfway. Ugh, it's taking forever. So, yeah, Crime 101. It kind of made no sense to me, at least. I don't know. It's easy to get distracted from that movie. It's just, like, about a guy who, like, hustles people who have, like, their stuff insured. He steals insured items so that, like, he feels, like, morally, like, fine about stealing. Obviously, it's so dumb. And he's like, nobody ever gets hurt. Yeah, yay. And then Barry Keoghan comes in and blows up his spot. I watched something called Casino, which is an old, like, the guy from My Cousin Vinny is the star, as well as Al Pacino. Wait. Not Al Pacino. 2 out of 5. Casino was not very good. It is also extremely long. It might be like 3 hours. I did not finish it. It's just like, get married, abuse your wife, get rich, keep your money movie. And I don't really find that very interesting. I thought it would have, like, anything interesting going on, but it really just wasn't. Tell me what I'm missing about Casino and other similar boy movies like Crime 101. Those are the movies I watched. As for YouTube videos, channels that I've come across, you heard of Brooke Sharks? She's so fun. Okay, so here's the thing. I recently bought YouTube Premium. Actually, I don't think I'm yet paying for it. I think I'm still on my 2-month trial or something. But I recently bought YouTube Premium. This is because Spotify raised their prices again. So I'm paying something. I've had Spotify since I was in high school. So I've been a loyal user. It does not matter. You can be loyal and they will still raise the prices on you until you are dead. And I don't want that anymore. So I was paying like $13 a month for Spotify, which is fine. You know, Spotify is fine. But again, I'm getting ads, sponsored posts, sponsored music, la la la. It makes me so mad. It's like, I really don't understand how I can be paying for something, but I'm still getting sponsored bullshit. So I was like, I need to find something other than Spotify so that I can just get out. So I was like, maybe YouTube Music will be fine. So I'm going to try this premium thing. So now I'm on YouTube Premium. Here's the thing. Something happened. And now my algorithm has been consumed by, like, I guess commentary channels, which are great. I do like commentary. But it's kind of like, okay, so some people who are doing commentary are very serious. You really do need to strike a balance. And a bunch of people were coming across my page and I would watch the videos and it would be fun to watch, but because I would be hearing tea and drama or whatever it is. But I don't want to watch people get mad about things for over an hour. It is kind of fatiguing. It makes me not want to keep coming back. Hannah Alonso, I really like her stuff. She does like anti-MLM content, which I'm like, yeah, girl. It's showing me things that I would otherwise not be mad about. However, somebody who has been coming across that's like similar is Brooke Sharks. And she does commentary videos, but she keeps it balanced with like some humor and comedy. I would say she's like content cousin to like Curtis Connor, and she mentions him a couple times. I feel like maybe he's a influence on her, but it's like funny. There's like silly editing. And usually she doesn't get too mad. And I really like listening to her talk about like things that she really is an expert in, like hair and doing hair. And she's done like a couple videos on like hair drama. Because I guess people just go into salons and cause problems these days. I wouldn't know anymore because I have left the TikTok, which is where I feel like that kind of thing mostly happens. And I used to get served that kind of drama all the time. Now I can get it in like little 20-minute bites from Booksharks. Other channels that I've been watching, Aspen in the Moment. This is like fiber community drama. That's very specific. As well as Deborah Knits. She's been talking about this yarn knitting show that I will never watch, but she's like fervently a hater of this knitting show. But I like hearing her talk about her expertise. She's quite an expert in the matter of knitting, and it seems like she knows a lot too about like reality shows themselves. And when she's doing her little deep dives, she does a lot of research and she reaches out to people, and it's really cool. And Lucy Lang, I think, is another person I've been watching who is in the fiber community, who talks about drama in the fiber community. Because apparently people just because there's drama in the fiber community. And it's a lot of stuff about like copying, theft, and then just people acting unprofessionally. Since there are no thresholds to overcome these days, because you can just kind of like be loud and proud and get a following, it doesn't matter if you act professionally anymore. So it's like people can be mad about it, but it doesn't do anything. But it's always fun to watch as a uninvolved and unaffected outsider. So those are things I've been watching, and I'm almost there. This is where I've started, and this is where I am now. I'm so close. And it took me over half an hour. Ooh, this is like one of the worst parts. I mean, obviously frogging is gonna suck. Ooh, God. Okay, I'll talk about some concerts I've been to, which I know is gonna sound like, hey, you don't have agoraphobia, you went to concerts. But I do, and I did. I don't know how to explain that. I went to Ashniko recently. Such a good concert. She's such an amazing performer, and I love her. She's such an awesome person and such a little freak of nature. I love it. I went to Kid Cudi. He had fired MIA right before she was meant to come for the show in Atlanta, so that was interesting. But Big Boy opened, and so did a DJ called A-Track, and the DJ was great, and Big Boy was obviously great. It's always fun to watch Big Boy. Seen him many times. He does a lot of local shows because I'm in Atlanta. But Kid Cudi was amazing. Super fun show. He went and did a bunch of old stuff. That was fun. I'm going to Bella White soon. And she is a folk singer. I really recommend her music. She's so good. Her lyricism is just like really inspiring to me. I love it so much. She's got this song called Do You Think About Me When I'm Gone? Yeah, that's what it's called. Do you think about me when I'm not there? It's really, really freaking good. And it makes me cry. And I just want to make music that makes people cry. Another concert I went to recently. I've been to a lot. I went to the Zara Larsson concert. That was very intense. There were a lot of strange people at that show, I have to say. I think that these crowds might be... Let me just complain for a second. I'm sorry. Sorry to be grandma. The etiquette at concerts has really plummeted. Like, stop trying to move my body with your body. Like, I can tell what you're doing. It's not cool. I don't get it. I don't know. It's like you have a space. You have enough space because your body is in it. Stop making my space your space. And also, one of my biggest complaints about going to shows is, hey, why'd you pay all that money to be here? Because it's not cheap to go to shows. Even cheap shows are like $30. Why'd you pay all that money to be here? To talk as loudly as you could over the acts. Do you know that that's rude? I went to Gatlin, and oh my God, she's amazing. She had 2 openers, and the there were these women who were just like cackling, talking so fucking loud, just being so rude, and it was crazy. I just like couldn't believe it. I confronted one of the groups, but then the second group, it just didn't even make a difference because there were two groups. It was just too many people. I just don't know why you pay money to go to a show where there's gonna be music and you're gonna talk the whole time. I really don't get it. And I felt bad because there was like a girl that I met who was there for one of the openers. Like that was like the primary reason she was there. She only knew the main act because she was aware of the opener. And she also traveled from Florida. And like I said, I'm in Atlanta, so it's like a pretty big drive. Yeah, I just like felt bad. So I like confronted, I don't know, whatever. I've been into confronting people at concerts lately. It's kind of psycho. You shouldn't do that. It's not like I'm mean. It's just like, hey, I don't know if you know, but we can hear everything that you're saying. You're being pretty loud. She's like, what? Oh my God. I can't believe that. She was like, I just don't know these two people. It's like, okay, well, that's cool for you. It's like some people came here for them. Like that's why they're here in this room. Just know that your experience isn't the only experience in the space. Anyway, sorry, soapbox done. I'm so close. It's actually not even funny. I'm pretty pumped. I really hope that I didn't miss and like stagger because I've done that before. It looks okay. So I've done every stitch, I believe. I'm gonna go back to undo the hem and then just reknit this whole thing. It's gonna be great. So now I have a lifeline so I can rip back the whole garment without being afraid of like messing the whole thing up. So I'll save what's above my armpits basically. And now I must go back and undo the tubular binding, which like I said is very annoying, tedious, and fine motor skills heavy. This tubular binding wasn't even worth it to do because it didn't look very neat. It's I followed a tutorial that I'm not sure that I trust anymore. But I did do a very consistent stitch. I think what I'm going to do is just a regular simple bind off because I like the way that ends out. Like I just like the way that one looks. It looks like a crocheted edge. And I just don't really like how these tubular binding end up looking. They look much less finished. But if you do a regular binding or a regular bind off where you like knit two and then slip over where it looks like the crochet stitch edge, if you do it with like a bigger needle, it should be stretchy enough. That's what I'm gonna do. And I think for now, that is all. And maybe I will show you the final frog bit whenever I'm done. Yay. Okay, discontinuity time, but yes, also I have frogged it back. And here is where I am now. So from a complete garment to a very incomplete garment, but I'm glad I did it because I think I will actually wear it if it fits right and it doesn't have like weird lumpies down the side. And while I knit some rows and make some gradual decreases, I was going to talk about a couple other things that I've been watching, listening to, etc. If you haven't watched or listened to Ride the Pod, a podcast hosted by Mary Beth Barone and Benito Skinner, who also both did the show Overcompensating. Both of those pieces of media are like, oh, I'm obsessed. I love listening to the podcast. The show I've rewatched a bunch of times. It's another like 8 episode like comedy. And it's just really a fun show. I love it. I've forced everybody I know to watch it, either with me or without me. But it was like very important to me that many of my friends picked it up and watched it. I love it. And the podcast is called Ride. And it's just Mary Beth and Benny just sitting, chatting, and they both choose something that they ride for. And it's like the opposite of being a hater, you know, they just like choose something they love and then they praise it for like an hour. And it's lovely. It makes me so happy. Other recommendations that I have just off the dome for TV and other media. I watch a lot of TV. I also trust that people are gonna like the stuff that I like. A lot of the stuff that I like is just very good. I don't know what to tell you. Shoresy. It is like a spin-off of the show Letterkenny. Watch Shoresy. Letterkenny is good too, but it's a very different like pacing, but there's like more, it's more focused in its character than Letterkenny. Derry Girls. Come on. If you haven't watched Derry Girls, I actually don't know what you're doing. You're scaring me. You're scaring me. If you haven't watched Derry Girls. It's so funny. It's so short. I hate it. I actually like, okay, so since I said I deleted it, my Netflix, or I paused it technically. I'll probably go back and forth. That's one of the shows that's on Netflix that I regrettably won't be able to watch like whenever I feel like it. Do they have that on DVD? That's like an important acquisition for me, would be to have that one on DVD. I have The Office on DVD. I have 30 Rock on DVD. I'll be okay in my life getting rid of all my streamers, but Derry Girls I need. I have been able to steal other people's accounts and accounts, so I don't actually need to like have those as a hard copy. So like overcompensating, I can watch whenever I want because my parents have it, and then I know somebody else who has, so I can just watch those I love TV. Hulu's where you can watch Shoresy. Anyway, I just thought I would share those things because they're important to me. The thing that I am gonna end up paying for probably is gonna be YouTube Premium, although I'm not sure if it's gonna stick. It's just frustrating to pay so much money for things, but I thought it would be worthwhile to have ad-free music and ad-free YouTube because I'm spend a lot of time watching YouTube videos and I enjoy them. The quality is so good up over here. I'm not speaking about this video that you happen to be watching right now. Anyway, okay, bye friend.